When you're on WordPress.com, I want you to click on Create a Website. And you'll be requested to choose a domain name, a site address, and the site address will end in WordPress.com. But you have to choose something to go before WordPress. Don't choose www. Something like My Social Media Press Room, My Business, socialmediaconsulting.wordpress.com, my personal name like lowellpapworth.wordpress.com. Whatever you like, just put that first section in, and you can buy a domain name or ask WordPress to buy one for you later on. Don't do it just now. Click Create Your Site and Continue, and then we'll be at the section that's confirming everything. So I chose my social media pressroom.wordpress.com, and I have to put my email address in. I'll get an email from them verifying that's my address. I have to choose a username. Jack Smith, John Smith, Laurel P. Password, and remember your password. In fact, write all 4 of these down, at least for the time being. Once you've got used to them, burn the piece of paper or chew it or whatever it is you need to do. But for the time being, you'll need to remember these 4 things. In fact, there's 5 things. You want to remember your website URL, which was mysocialmediapressroom.wordpress.com, and write that down. Whatever yours is, that's mine. Do not write www in front of anything. That's not how WordPress works. It doesn't use the www at all. Write down the email address that you're using to log in, and your username and the password. And I also want you to remember that the website URL with /wp-admin will always take you into the admin panel, into the control panel for your website. So write that down as well. And then later on, when you say to me, I can't remember how to log in to my website, I'm going to point you to this and say it's your website with wp-admin on the end, /wp-admin. Now it's going to ask you to buy a domain name, but I really recommend we do that once we're in the admin panel, not during the sign up process. And anyway, maybe you've got a domain name that you've bought from GoDaddy or Cheap Domains or somewhere like that, and you can use that one instead. So just say no thanks to that one. Where it says choose a theme, I don't think we're ready to do that at the sign up process, because we need to go through some of the basics of what a theme is, what we need for a photograph heavy theme, a photographer's theme versus a text, press releasey type theme. I want to go through a few of those things with you, so it doesn't really matter. In fact, at the top of the page is this, and at the bottom of the page is this one. So you can just go straight down to the bottom of the page and click Next Step. It won't matter which theme WordPress has chosen for your website, what layout it's chosen. We're going to choose a different one in a minute anyway, when we get into the control panel, into the admin panel. Now WordPress is going to hint very strongly to you that you should buy the popular plan. You can buy this later on when you know what the package includes and what you need and what you don't need. But at the moment, and for most people, for I would say ever, they just need the free package. So select free. And this will take you into your WordPress control panel that's for all of your WordPress sites, all of your websites. You won't use this one very much. You'll probably go in directly into each site's control panel, but this is the admin panel for all the admins. It can sometimes be a little slow to load. So this is what it looks like when you first come in, and some people see that and then it's not working. So I wanted to show you a slide of a little slow. And on the left-hand side, it says loading my sites. Now, I've got hundreds of sites, which is why it's taking such a long time to load. And I would say that's probably why it's slow for me. And I also want to point out, though, once you've got this WordPress account, the username and the email address and password that you've just created, you can now create lots of different websites for lots of different clients. You don't have to have a different account for each one. And you can give them admin access, and you can use different names on each website. So this is where you would create more websites, more information. Finally, when it comes through, it says My Social Media Newsroom, View Site, so you can see what the live site looks like, and then WP Admin, which takes you into the control panel for your website. Obviously, in the next lot of lectures, we're going to go through a lot more different options, all the self-hosting, WordPress hosting, how to get into these sites directly. But this is the sign-up process. If you've signed up before, obviously you've not needed to do this. Maybe you've just been following along to just check what's involved. And from now on, you won't have to follow along with this video again, even if you're setting up more than one website, because now your account is created. You're good to go. See you in the next lecture.